aquaculture, where we specialize in catfish breeding. Felima Aquaculture produces a minimum of 6.2 million fingerlings per annum. And then the breeding process starts from here. What do we mean by breeding? Breeding involves the production of young ones by way of hybridization. And the young fish are usually called seeds, fish seed. We are about to start the process of breeding now. The process starts from the selection of breeders, the male fish and then the female fish. Looking inside this bowl now, we have the female fish. It is advisable from practical experience that you don't use less than 1.5 kilogram female fish and minimum 2 kilogram male fish. Let's have one of these on the table now. Now, when picking your female fish that are gravid, you make sure you handle them carefully. Carefully. You can see that this female is gravid by way of a swollen stomach. And you don't select any female fish that is less than 1.5 years in age. This female catfish that you are seeing is 1.5 years old. Very gravid. We want to test the eggs right now and make sure it is the best type of female to use. I will hand over to my production manager, who will now tell you the characteristics of the eggs to look for in a female fish. Okay. You can come this way.
First and foremost, we have the cannula, which will induce inside the female organ to test, to get out the eggs, to know which one is good. And we have a clean bowl, get the water into the bowl, and now insert cannula into it, to the female organ. Now put it back to the water. There are 5 qualities that we check if the eggs are matured enough to be used. 1, the eggs must be brownish green in color. 2, it must have a uniform size. 3, it must not be a spent eggs. Spent eggs, what I mean by spent eggs, eggs that have been used, you find white in between the eggs. But this one, you can see they are evenly and they are spread. They are not that sticky together, actually spread. That shows how eggs is. And this female, as the director has just said, is over 1.5 kg of fish. Using a fish less than 1.5 kg is not good enough for breeding. And after getting that, we now probably weigh the fish. Before doing that, we first of all calibrate a scale.
kg. We said now shaking take over. The total weight is 2 kilograms. We will now use an hormone called overprim. So once you have a weight of 2 kilograms, that means you use half the weight of the hormone, which is going to be 1 ml. In other words, at times you might use the pituitary of the male. It is not advisable nowadays to use the pituitary of the male because you make a mess of the male fish. You have to slaughter the male in order to get the pituitary out. In the course of our workshop today, we will teach you how to dissect the male and bring out the specified quantity of sperm without killing the male. So once you do that, you won't have the opportunity of taking out the pituitary. You use hormone. Now, we get 1 ml of the hormone now. Okay. Take over again.
As we have known that this fish weighs 2 kg. And we are using overprim hormone. So we use a towel to cover the face of the fish. Perhaps someone will
hold the tail.
And when injecting or inducing, you put your injection, directly to the lateral line. You have a lateral line here, as you can see. Then show. You now place it in between. You insert the syringe straight into it and slowly you press it downward into the fish itself. Slowly. And after inserting everything, you now use your finger to rub it off to avoid spillage back from the fish. You use it to rub it off. So, then you now take the female back to a separate holding pond. And presently now, the temperature now is 29 degrees Celsius. And there is always a latency period at which the eggs will be ready. The temperature of 29 degrees Celsius, the latency period will be between 8 hours and 10 hours before the female will be ready, and as in the eggs of the female will be ready for the male to be used. That means we have to wait between 8 hours and 10 hours before it gets ready. Felima Aquaculture Center, based in Jebode, Ogun State. We are here to show you around what we are into. Basically, we are into the fish farming. We are into recirculatory system, high tech of breeding fish, raising, grow out to table size. Now I'll be conducting you people around on the various departments and areas we have in Felima Aquaculture Center. You are welcome. Where people are checked before coming into Felima, village because of security reasons. This is our security room. Now I'll take you in to show you which other areas we have in Felima Aquaculture block, where the reception and the MD's office is. Right now you can go in to have the look of what we have inside. This is our reception office, where the secretary attends to customers from various places of the world, both home and abroad, to come and purchase what we have here.
The master they were like that, so only that I'm a editor on that. Oh my
Demonstrating block now move around the environment to get to the farm problem. We offer training to people from outside, to learn more and the latest techniques in fish farming rearing. This is our lecture hall, where we keep our fish feed. In every farm there is always a store where they preserve the fish feed and other necessary materials for the development of catfish production. Now, as you can see, there are various sizes of feed here inside this store, ranging from the starter to the grow out and also to the table size. We import feed from abroad, through Copens International, and we're here now. We use some of them, we sell, and we use them. Most of them we use them, for our own private use. Right now we have different sizes, as I've said earlier on. In here there's so much of feed sizes here, ranging from 0.3 to 0.5, 5 to 8, 8 to 1.2, and 1.2 to 1.5 ml in various sizes like that. These ones, we have them in various sizes, like the blue ones. which your fish will start eating, as in your fingerlings will start eating right from week 5. They will start with 0.5 to 0.8. Also, when your fish now grows attain the level of juvenile, we have the bag for the juvenile, which is the 2 mm feed, which they will now graduated to 3 mm, 4.5, and 6 mm. And lastly, we have the ones for the breeder stock, which is the 8 mm. Also, they are also Copen's international bags. They are 8 mm feed too that we use. And sometimes we also compound feed. We have our various formulation, that we use for our growers. If you want to put economic value into it, which you don't want to spend, 100% Copen's feed. And this Copen's feed, the beauty aspect of it is an extruded feed, which is a floating feed, which is very, very okay to start your fish with. And it's advisable for your fish to take this at least for 3 months. At least for 3 months, to make them gain enough weight, because there's every ingredient, complete one, from abroad into it. They are imported feed. From then you can now start formulating your feed. And inside the formulation, we have our various feed materials. And also, we just inside the feed materials, we have the fish meal and all the materials involved in it. The various houses where we house our fish in. The first one, we have the incubating room, which we spawn and raise our fry from. And also the second room, we have the Artemia room, where we culture the Artemia, in which we used to feed the fry from their day 3 after absorbing their yolk. After absorbing their yolk, this is the Artemia room. Also, after 1 week, the fry will be removed from the incubating room to the fingerlings room, where they will now take another 4 weeks there, before now transferring them to the juvenile that I've said before, because we have well over 30 rooms of fingerlings rearing room here in Felima Aquaculture Center. But this is one of the rooms. Also, we have a juvenile room. We have system that cycle and where we spread our heads into it. Right now, this one is just being prepared for use very soon. These are the Sakama very in this disaggregated system, we have a sedimentation and a valve tower, and also it has a 36 watt UV light. 36 watt UV light. And the function of the UV light is to kill the germs that passes through the water, the UV light, as often as possible. The radiation of the light kills the germs in it. And the central power tower that breaks the water molecule down into the sedimentation. Also, it has a submersible smoking machine that pumps the water through the UV light and it brings back to the power tower. As you can see, these are 4 days fry that has just been spawned inside this place. And by their 7th day or thereabouts, they will be transferred to the fingerling room. Now they are 4 days old now. You can see there are thousands of them being hatched here. There is one thing we cherish most in Felima Aquaculture. We cherish the good start for our fry. that we culture the artemia seeds here, which is prepared for the bride. Immediately they absorb their yolk, which is the second or third day. That also we use this system, which is an imported system from abroad, which is one in town. Most farms can get most farms and can't find this, but only in Selima you can get this type of equipment in culturing artemia. We have about 4 to 1. Yeah. Inside of this, there's a process at which we use to culture the artemia in it. This has a direct water from the borehole. It has its own air pump that generates the artemia, and also it has a unique way of seeding the artemia out the moment it's after some hours, after a day, just 4 hours, so to speak. The unique one has a way which takes your hole and your seed there. Automatically everything will just wash out with it. And it has a pumping help pump that blows the aerator here. That blows it, that aerates the water to bring oxygen to the artemia. And also there's a light fluorescent tube that will illuminate the artemia itself. So illumination is very, very important in the process of transit. It's a recirculatory system as well, which has a separate bow filter, which is the sedimentation block, and also has its own UV light, which is the 18-watt UV light, and also a submersible pumping machine, 15,000 liters per hour, which turns the water, keeps recycling. Also the buffer, which the water comes through it, and the water molecule is being broken to add oxygen into this tank. Now, as you can see, these are 3 weeks old. It's a good and new technology in town which fingerlings can be raised. Inside, with this, you can have 4 of these inside your a bedroom. If you are staying in a 3-bedroom flat, you can make just one of the rooms to install 4 of these, and it's less, water usage. The moment it's filled, it's the same water that keeps recycling and recycling and recycling. Also, the power of the UV light and the submersible pumping machine, your small Tiger generator can power 4 of these conveniently. You can 4 of these conveniently. This is very, very okay. And simply, then, here, it's still fingerlings. They are 3 weeks old. Fingerlings being shown to be there everywhere. And by now, I think we should move it to the next level, which is the juvenile room, which I will explain better on how now is being functioned. A system at which can serve as an incubating system as well, for the benefit of those that cannot afford a glass incubating system which we've shown you earlier on. This is another beautiful system of recirculatory system which you can spread your eggs and raise or fry from this place. It's a two-in-one system of raising fry. There's a two plastic white tanks which contains about 800 liters of water each, and it has a sedimentation like I've shown you in the glass one as well. It has its own UV light as well, which is 36 watts, and also a submersible pumping machine. And also it has its own bow tower as well, which the water molecule is being broken to add the DO, which is the dissolved oxygen, into the water. It's also a circulatory system of raising fry, which is one of the new techniques in raising fry in Pelima aquaculture. This is our juvenile, one of our juvenile, recirculating system group. As we've been saying all around, a recirculating system of raising fish, which we specialize on in Pelima aquaculture center. And we should be familiar with this sedimentation now, which I've been showing you. The only difference in this one is it has a higher bow tower, which makes the water breaking of molecules more effective, and a wilder tank that can occupy at least 5 to 6,000 juveniles. The moment of fish attain 5 to 6 weeks, then you now keep them here for juvenile purpose. These tanks are for juvenile rearing. It has no UV light as well, which is a clean works, and also a submersible pumping machine. And with the bypass, that has additional aeration to the water from inside to the bow tower. And on this bow tower, there is a reception tray, which we call a distribution tray as well, which is perforated, that distributes the water equally before the water gets back to the tank itself. And inside the tank itself, there's a perforated pipe in it here that, which the fish will not be able to pass underneath, while the settlement on knitted feed will be passing through it back to the sedimentation. And inside the sedimentation, it has two chambers. The first water will come into this one, which is the second one. It will filter into the second one before getting into the pump tank. And from the pump tank, the pumping machine picks it up through a UV light before now taking it up to the bow tower. That's how it keeps running 24/7. And this is my colleague, a friend, a sister to you people, which will take you more on the fingerlings room in the person of Oluchi.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you. Like you can see, it contains about 13 rearing tanks here, and on and on. Like you can see, about 13 tanks, and each tank here holds more than 10,000 flies that are going to become fingerlings.
Tank, a concrete tank in which we bring our fish out for acclimatization before disposing them to their final users. this tank itself is being fiberglass. It's a concrete tank. It's being fiberglass, and it has a lot of advantage. The rate of algae that will grow in this will be very, very, very reduced. And the issue of cracking of the pond at every point in time is being erased from this one. With this fiberglass now, which is very, very expensive, your fish can last. By this fiberglass, it can last for years. I'm talking of 30, 40 to 50 years without touching it. And when fish is being drained out of this place, you don't need pressure of using a scrubbing brush. You just use foam to just clean the surroundings, and it gets cleaned back. And this fish that you are seeing here have been transferred here 3 weeks ago. Just 2 months old. Very, very active. Very, very active. What I'm giving you, the size of this fish is 4.5 ml. Now, here, just been brought out yesterday evening. And we are here to just acclimatize, because directly from the recirculatory to the buyer, most times the temperature in there with the one outside every time is quite different, and we can't afford to lose them, because most people that buy directly from the recirculatory system and take them down to their farms, they might not be able to manage them very, very well. So what we do here is to bring them out to acclimatize for at least a week plus before selling them to the outside world. By then they will have been used to the outside world in terms of the sunny environment and the temperature environment. They will have been used to that there. These are some which are left to be sold from what is brought out from our recirculatory system. And it's also a fiber glass tank. Meanwhile, we have another. You can also raise your fish or fingerlings into. As you can see, this one, we are fertilizing this particular ponds now. It's just been, erected, and fertilization is taking place presently now into these ones. So it will take at least minimum of 2 months before it gets ready for use. In this place, the difference between this one and the fiberglass one is, like now, it will be very, very easy for the spirogyra to grow easily on this tank, because it's a concrete tank, and living organism easily, could penetrate the wall and stick to it and grow, which it might affect your fish growth, because the moment the algae is too much, it might trap your fish, and also it might also kill your fish, and all manners of infection might take place in it, which in a fiberglass tank it doesn't have. We can't experience that in fiberglass tank. Thank you. Segments in fish farming in Pelima Aquaculture Center. Here we have the grow-out recirculatory system, under construction, and it has 6 tanks, which are fiber tanks, 6 tanks, and it will have 2 sedimentation tanks. Then we have a block wall pump tank here. Right now, I will introduce you to the engineer in charge of this particular project, in which you know buttress what I've been saying. The person of my dear brother, Mr. Ajani, sorry.
These are different from concrete in the sense that it's fiber. That's advantage over concrete in the sense that this one don't soak water. You easily repair and it lasts no longer than most of these concrete. So that is our
Rearing tanks for grow out fish. And we're going to have two segmentation. That's one segmentation there. Another one is going to be here. Then we are going to have a concrete pump tank here. That's going to be fiber matted inside. There's going to be fiber mat. I mean, throughout the wall, interior walls inside. So when we finish, then there's going to be a power tower there that will give oxygen, enough oxygen for the fish to grow. As of now, the thing is still under construction. So this is the only thing that we can have to show for the program.
Grow out. As you can see, the ponds are concrete ponds, and the fishes are about 2 months old now, and we have about 2,000 in each pond. It's a concrete pond that you can see, and the fishes are very, very active because the pond is large enough for them, so they have space for themselves to move around and get themselves fed. And there are about 5 tons down of this same quantity, about 2,000 fishes inside. How do you go there? So we need to be changing the water regularly. So, I mean, we have to improve the water quality of the fish. So, we are trying to change the water by draining out the water there, and we are going to refill with another new clean water for the fish.
We keep our imported materials because we are into construction of fingerlings production for individuals, governments, and other people that are interested in building a recycling system. This is where we keep most of our equipment. Like here we have the blue tanks, as you can see. They are well arranged here. And also we have the bow nets for the train flag for roll out. So this part of them will show you the remaining one outside. And also the reception trays. Also we have tanks for the juvenile tanks too. Being stored here. The juvenile with the sedimentation tanks. We've got so many thing that I want to call or name it in fish profession in terms of our recycling system. We do consultancy for private people and also for government as well. For states and federal governments. So we have the black type. The blue type is a new type in town now, which is more fanciful and more effective, very beautiful in look. And also the black type as well. And also we have the plastic, the white plastic tanks too, because we do construct, for the white tanks as well. These are the under construction. This is where we mount and do the fittings, joining, and brain work.
The spawning section, as in where we will produce our fingerlings, as in our fries, through artificial breeding. So my colleague here, Helen, will take you in that aspect.
The aspect we are now is the stripping and fertilization of the eggs, and then incubation. So the females have been selected, and after that they've been injected. So we give them 9 hours ahead of the time they were injected. So they are ready for now for stripping. And before we start the stripping, we must get every necessary thing ready to avoid deformity of the eggs. We have a stripping bowl here already for the collection of eggs, and it must be dry. There mustn't be any drip of water, because immediately the egg gets thick, it will not fertilize. So this is the stripping bowl. This is the saline water solution for the meat. When you dissect the meat of the fish to the sperm to fertilize the eggs, you don't wash with fresh water, because if you wash that, it will affect the fertilization negatively. So you have to use your saline water solution to wash it and to allow the spermatozoa to swim very well and fertilize the eggs. This is the tissue paper to dry up the vaginal canal of the female in case, and the body, in case there is any water attached to it, so that when you are stripping the eggs, water cannot be attached to it, because when water sticks to the eggs, it cannot fertilize again. Then this is the spoon for collecting the eggs and for incubating the eggs evenly, so that they won't have layers, because when that happens, when they hatch, they won't be able to swim very well. They get suffocated and die. Then you have a high rate of mortality. This is the sensitive scale that we use in weighing quantity of eggs that we have, to know the amount of fish we are likely to get at the end of everything, when they get to fingerling section. We are using it also to weigh the MS-20 anesthesia, because the sensitive scale, it can weigh as little as 0.001 gram. So this is the sensitive scale. Our male, we don't sacrifice them, we don't waste them. We have to dissect, remove the sperm we need, and stitch back for more survival rates. And after 6 months, we use them again. So in 10 liters of water, we add 2 grams of anesthesia. So I will turn the water. The bowl is been calibrated already, so I will turn the water to 10 liters. That is 10 liters. This is the calibration of 10 liters. Then I roll I on the scale, zero then roll my anesthesia. This is 2 grams. Then I pour. Stir it together, we stir the solution together. Then put your milk. These are the milk figures. For about 5 minutes. So weaken it so that it won't be shaking when you are trying to dissect, to avoid wastage of it, because it's making it, to avoid mortality. So you have to let it weak, you have to weaken it so that it will be calm when you are carrying out the operation. So just leave it for about 5 minutes to be weak.
can now talk about it. That's why I turn off the.
No. Then take out the meat. For your assumption with your syringe. This is the meat of the fish that we use for fertilization. So here, you just put your syringe. You won't need to bring anything to bring it out, so that if the fish won't die, you just insert your syringe to suck the sperm inside. So you just put it. Insert it. No, insert it directly like this. Don't put it back on. It's okay. So cancer is only the fluid you remove. The sap will still be there. In another 6 months, you can still make use of it again, because another one will form there. So you stitch back. And be very careful so that the needle will not touch the intestine. It's only the flesh. Hold it.
Your thread is too short. She's not stitching back.
This is the stitching process now. You have to stitch back to cover the place you cut. And be very careful with the intestine. Yeah. So now tie back.
Along with explanation.
You tied, see the stitching process that is still on, so you have to close the dissected area back.
thoughts are now.
No, it's not like that.
It's just a drug on its own. You don't need to start using it again. Then you start feeding it. When it is fully refrigerated, you now take it to the pond it belongs. But you won't mix it with the other milk you will be using now, because to take it another 6 months to regain its weight back again. So we'll be going through the refrigeration process now. What you like to do, you just put it inside the fresh water to make it and wait fully. What did they say? Yes. The extraction of the eggs from the female through the vagina. And the bone must be dry. There mustn't be a drop of water, as I've earlier explained, to avoid infertilization. Eggs. It's on 0 now. As I said earlier, we have to dry the vaginal area to avoid water and the body, anywhere you find water and it. Because any eggs that touch it will not fertilize again. So you have to make sure it is well dried. Now you strip. This is stripping, extraction of the eggs. The stripping continues. Then once you find spent eggs coming out and blood, then you stop, you know. Fully straight. Now, on that process, these are about 200 grams of eggs now. This is what is weighing. 215. So
take more
is hard and the shell of the eggs are thick. Because of that,
I like how